Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talking Housewives with Dee. I'm Dee, and today we are talking about The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Season 1, Episode 4. But before we jump into it, I just have a little observation I like to share. Rosie is very much giving off Whitney Rose and Ashley Darby vibes. I think we all kind of figured it out maybe episode 1. And like honestly, if you just slap a blonde wig on to Rosie, she looks exactly like Whitney. It's really weird. But Whitney tries to stir the pot and she fails most of the time, but she is excellent at getting under Lisa Barlow's skin. Ashley stirs the pot in a way that's like really annoying because you like know what she's doing. It's very like obvious. And you guys all know how I feel about both Whitney and Ashley. But there is something about Rosie. Like, I understand she is playing that role, but you guys, it just kind of seems a little, do I want to say sneaky? She does it in like a really sneaky sort of way. I don't know, just like an observation. We'll see. We'll see how the rest of the season plays out, but that's just kind of what I'm picking up on Rosie right now. I do think that I don't think she was meant to be the villain, but she's a good villain. But yeah, just something a little maybe a little sneaky if that's the word about it, but like I said, we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. Okay, let's jump right into it. So we have a couple of little scenes before we get into the big scene. So we have Alicia going inside her and Bill's pizza shop and she's talking to the employees and they talk about changing up the color of the shirts because it gets dirty. And then we go over to Rula and her ancient husband and her adorable kids. And then we have Joellen getting ready to go on a business trip, which, y'all, we'll get into it. So we're at Liz's house, and Dolores is over. And I appreciate Dolores being involved in this because I feel like she is being used as a tool to kind of get the story flowing and moving along. But honestly, these women, they're doing an excellent job all on their own, okay? We don't need Dolores. We love her. We're happy she's here. But these girls, I'm telling you, this is like good housewives, you guys. Like this season's so good. Royal episode 4. There hasn't been a bad episode. Like it's so good. Like compared to like the reboot of New York, let's not even go there. Let's not go there. But we will go there one day. If you want to talk about it, we can. Um, but yeah, okay, so Liz gets out her sage and she's like, let's sage this place. And Dolores points to the room where Rula and her husband and Joellen and her husband had, their little moment where Rula's husband was acting like like a you know what in that room with Joellen's husband. So she sages the room and whatever. So Dolores says that she didn't like how Joellen came up to Rula and her husband, at the party. She was kind of ambushed her a little bit, is what she was saying. So Liz is like, listen, if all that is over between the mistress and the husband, then why is Rula white knuckling it? And in the confessional, Liz says that Rula is a boss at work, but she's not the boss in her marriage. And the constant denial and pointing fingers is just going to make the whole situation fester. Which, yeah, I'm telling you, oh, I cannot wait for season 2 because I need Rula to leave this man. I need her to leave him and be free, Rula. It's okay. Get another divorce. It's okay. All right. So then Liz starts talking about the whole thing that happened between her and Kelsey. Remember last episode, she was like going crazy at Kelsey because Kelsey said ongoing and it like triggered her. And then she started yeah, she was drunk, obviously. It's very, very obvious. But yeah. So Liz says that she's disgusted by the way she reacted to what Kelsey said and that she was drinking and she came across as a bitter, drunken witch. And she keeps saying that Kelsey said ongoing. Ongoing is the trigger word for her in that situation. And then, y'all, Liz reveals that Kelsey and Dino had a thing going on. Yeah, yeah. This is that small town shit was talking about, in the last episode. And Liz believes that she was co-signing onto the lies about Liz and Dino because she wanted to avoid having the thing with her and Dino come out. Crazy. So Dolores is like, you trusted her. Do you still trust her? And Liz is like, I think that's going to take a minute. So now we're out on a beach day. Ashley's taking the girls out to the beach. We got Ashley, Alicia, Rosie, and Kelsey. Ashley says that these women look amazing, like Malibu Barbie. Like, they do look glam. You know, we got Saint Laurent bags and everything. Like, the girls are looking good. And Ashley says that she looks like a mom that maybe tried a little bit today. And I love Ashley I. I love Ashley I. What a gem. What a gem. I hope she comes back for season 2. I don't know. I hope they all come back. Really, this is an incredible cast. They might get one new girl that's really going to shake things up, but they're doing great all on their own. Okay. So Alicia is so funny. She's like, I can't believe Ashley's favorite, like, this is Ashley's favorite beach. Like, I'm part of a beach club. Like, we need to go to a beach club. And I'm poor. I didn't even know, like, beach clubs were, like, a real thing. I really didn't. I know, like, country clubs are like a beach club. Again, I'm poor. Didn't know this. So Alicia brings up, Alicia brings these things called pizza chips. And it's like a pizza with no cheese. Did it look appetizing? Not really. Is it? Yeah, it probably is. But it didn't really seem like, my thing. But I would try anything twice. But yeah, she got the pizza chips. So Rosie brings up the party. And Ashley asks, why was Rula so mad at Joellen? And Rosie says, Rula feels like Joellen is getting involved in her marriage. Which is crazy because the mistress is posting it everywhere, but whatever. So, guess what, y'all? Why did Alicia reveal? There's so many reveals this episode. Alicia revealed that Rula actually met her husband when he was married to Alicia's Spanish teacher. So, this Brian character has been a cheater, okay? You really think that he was going to change? Come on, Rula, babe. No. Don't trust a man. I keep telling you guys, like, every video. Just don't do it. Okay. And so now Kelsey explains what happened at the party with her and Liz. So she's saying that she was trying to tell Liz that it probably wasn't a good idea to go down to the seawall with Dino because of the ongoing rumors. But Liz cut her off before she can get to the rumors part. And that's when she just blew up because she heard ongoing and she probably thought she meant like ongoing affair or something like that. So Kelsey's like, you do not want to be under Liz's wrath. And Alicia says, well, she's been like that her whole life. She says the people that they grew up with, they're all alike. They're cut from the same cloth. They're not all happy-go-lucky. Like, they're all like the same, So Alicia says that she comes off as softer and happier, but they have to walk on eggshells around Liz. And she says that she gets scared of Liz, and she's not scared of anybody. Okay, Rosie's little antennas just pinging at this information, okay? So now we get to this scene, you guys. Dear God. Joellen, her husband, and her sister. Now remember, first episode, Joellen says that her sister liked her husband in high school. What was her husband's name? Is Gary, right? He's Gary and Liz's is Jerry. Okay, Gary. Okay, then we got Billy and Brian. It's too many G's and B's here. Okay, so Joanne's on a business trip, and her sister is going to be helping Gary take care of the kids while she's gone. So she says that, there's this scene, right, where, first of all, the sister, she's 45 years old. She comes onto the show wearing this little denim number, a little strapless mini dress. Cute, right? Not knocking her. She comes on, wearing that. I do the household chores in a denim mini dress? No, I do not. But I'm not on camera, so I get it. I'm giving you I'm painting the picture for y'all, okay? So she's doing laundry, whatever, and then Gary's like, are you sniffing my underwear? And then she says something like, no, but she tasted or it tastes good or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? Okay. The whole situation is weird, you guys. So anyways, Joellen says in the confessional, she says that her sister and her husband, they make little flirty comments with, each other. It doesn't bother her or anything, because she knows that they have nothing going on. They never hooked up. Well, he probably touched her boobs in high school, but that's about it. So it's an all around weird situation. The vibes is very much it is flirty. I mean, I can see the flirt. We saw a minute of it. And I don't know if they're playing it up for the cameras. I don't know, but we saw it and it was something, okay? So then they do this flashback where they're like in a sauna, and then her sister's like, she's getting older, she doesn't have kids. She's gonna get she wants to use Gary's sperm to have some kids. And then Gary winks at her, and then Liz, like, kind of, not Liz, Joellen shuts it down, but it's like, are y'all not, Joellen, babe, you gotta open your eyes here. This isn't okay. And then this is gonna be a layer on this, okay? She says that her and her sister were not close. They didn't like each other. Okay, growing up. It wasn't until their father passed away that they got closer, best friends. So now you grew up with a sister that you didn't like for years. And now in the past 10 years you guys got close. And during the time where she didn't like you, you basically took her man in high school. You don't think that kind of like bothered her a bit? Rhode can't even say it. Rhode Island is small. It's probably like she I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm about to go, like, I was gonna go on a whole thing and make up stories like what I think is going on, but that would just be me talking. But yeah. Anyways, the bottom line is it's weird, and I hope Joellen looks back at this and see what people are saying and be like, you know what, this is kind of weird. This is weird, and maybe I should address this. But yeah, all right, we're moving on. So we have Alicia's aunts and mom. They come over. They're gonna have this really nice big lunch, and she invited Liz, Ashley, and Rula. So they all sit around and they're talking, and then Bill, that's Alicia's husband, he comes. He takes his plate. He's gonna go somewhere else, and everyone's like, "We love you, Bill." And then Liz is like, "We love him, yeah, but he needs to get his shit right." And then they start talking about how Alicia's name isn't on the house. So Ashley is blown away by this. She's like, "No, this is your property too. You raised your daughter here, and this house belongs to you as well." In a confessional, Alicia says that she hates having to ask Bill for money because she's financially dependent on him. Again, you guys, this show, I'm telling you, it's going to be Alicia's way out. She's already a star. Everyone loves her. Season 2, she's good. This is going to be the stream of income that she needs. She's going to leave this man. She's going to leave him. And I'm happy. I hope she makes the right choice. So, one of her aunts is like, your name really can't even be on the business because, you're not married. And Alicia says that she's always been a runaway bride. And right now she's going to need more from Billy before she makes that commitment to him. And Rula tries to offer Alicia some advice. And then Alicia's mom asks Rula, "Are you happily married?" And she says, "Yes, it's never perfect. And they're getting past their bumps." So then one of the aunts said, "Sometimes we can't get past bumps because I was in a relationship with my husband for many years. And when I found out that he wandered," and Alicia's, she's saying like wandered, wandered. And Alicia's like, wanted what? Wanted what? Like she thinks that she's saying wanted instead of wandered. And it's like, I really adore Alicia. I like her. Okay, so Rilla explains that there was an indiscretion in her marriage. And then she's like, I'm trying not to cry. And everyone's like, it's all right if you cry. We all have. And then Rilla admits that she's having a hard time getting over all the lying that her husband has done. And then one of the aunts says, it's going to be hard to trust again. You're always going to be looking over your shoulder. And then in a confessional, Rilla said that line really got to her. And I just want to say, I'm going to bring up season 2 again because I know we're going to get a season 2. You guys, Rulla's wig is going to be laid. Okay, I cannot wait to see Rula season 2. That hair is going to be fabulous. Lace is going to be, she's going to get a lace front. I know she is. Oh, everyone's going to look so amazing in season 2. They already look great. They're going to look even better. Oh, these are my girls. These are my girls. All right. Now, before we move on, Alicia's mom says, "I just hope and pray that you're going to somehow hurt him." She's saying this to Rula, and they all start cracking up. So Ashley and Rosie meet up, and it's like a little play date with Ashley kids, and we get to learn a little bit more about Rosie and the whole kid thing that she talked about last episode. She says that she loves being an aunt, but she loves dropping the kid off and going home. And I'm kind of in that bubble too, although I do want a kid, but I'm okay with handing my niece off to her dad. You know what I mean? Okay. So she says that her and Rick, they keep pushing the baby thing to like another year, whatever. And she says that they even tried before they got engaged to have a baby. And then at one point she's like, "Why am I trying so hard and I don't actually really want this?" And then Ashley says that she thinks everyone should have kids. Yeah, it was a short little scene. Now we're with Liz, and she's on the boat and she's cleaning it out because her husband is officially done with the whole boating hobby thing. So I have to say there was a lot of Gucci in there. There was like a Gucci sheet, a little bedspread. It was so tacky, and I was so in love, y'all. I love me some tacky logos. Okay, like I at one point I wanted a whole Fendi puffer jacket, logos blasted everywhere. I wanted a Gucci t-shirt, Gucci right on the fucking front of it. Okay, I love a logo. I love a logo. I'm just tacky at heart. What can I say? And I love Liz. So Kelsey comes and they go outside and they just immediately start talking about what happened at the party. So Liz apologizes. She says that she regrets her reaction, but when she heard the word ongoing, it triggered her because Alicia knows that nothing is going on between her and Dino. And Liz says that she thinks Kelsey maybe co signed onto that narrative to distance herself from the situation. So Kelsey said that maybe when she said it in that moment, it's because she had a different experience with Dino. And that's when we find out that Dino is a fucking weirdo, okay? So she said 10 years ago, she was in a weak and vulnerable position in life and she hooked up with Dino. And this is back when her and her boyfriend, they weren't exclusively dating yet. She says at the time she wasn't getting attention and Dino was filling that void. Y'all, we've all been there before where the guy that we really like, maybe he's not giving us what we need. And then here comes this one guy, and he's giving you everything, all the attention, and he's adoring you, blah blah blah, whatever. But deep down you still want the guy that you want. We've all been there, okay? So she says that when she realized that this whole thing with Dino wasn't for her, she tried to distance herself from him and tell him to leave her alone, that's it. And she said when she kept doing that, that made him come back for more. Okay, then she says that Dino would show up to places where she was at and wouldn't want her talking to other people or other guys. And she says just being around him is another reminder of her past that she's trying to forget. And she says she like low-key has PTSD over it. Anyways, her and Liz end up squashing things. And then we move on. So now the ladies are going to a thing that Rosie is hosting. It's like a railroad cycling thing, and they're in the car. And in this one car, we have Kelsey, Rosie, Ashley, and Rula. Before we even get to the tea that's about to be spilled, let's talk about Kelsey. Why did Kelsey open up a beer bottle with her teeth? Oh, it was like just witnessing someone claw their nails onto a chalkboard. You guys know that feeling that you get when I saw her put those beautiful, incredible teeth on that beer cap. I almost lost it. I said, Kelsey, no. I can't. Oh my God. But wow, she has strong teeth, dude. Um, and wow, what a party trick. Oh my God. Okay. So Kelsey says that first of all, Kelsey is becoming a lot more relatable. Actually, they all are, even Rula in this episode. Kelsey says that she ate a leftover McDonald's that she had in the trash, and then Ashley's like, "We're gonna get along so well because that's something I would do." And then Rosie says that she feels like everything she eats is just gonna make her feel bloated and sick, so she basically eats whatever she wants. And then Ashley's like, "Oh, is it because of the Ozempic?" And Rosie said, "No, like I've been like this my whole life and I had colitis." And then she tells a story about how she had to go to medical leave from work. And during medical leave, she realized that she didn't want to work and she never went back. So that's what she said, right? And in a confessional, Kelsey's like, no, that's not what happened. She says the real reason why Rosie didn't go back to work is because she was fired for for having an affair with one of the higher ups. She says all of Rhode Island knows this. Y'all, we got the amount of tea that we got in this episode. First, we learned that Rula met her husband when he was married. Then Dino and Kelsey. Now Rosie getting fired because she was sleeping with like one of her bosses or something. Oh my god. Like what? Okay. So so now they get to the place and they're on like these little cycling things and it's on a railroad. And it looks like they're all having a blast, especially Rula, because Rula is in the back of one of these cycles. Y'all, she's making cocktails. She is shaking up margaritas back there. And it's just like you could just tell, like, wow, Rula is like really letting loose. She's having a good time because the last two episodes we've seen Rula just looks like just a sad woman. Now she's having fun, and it's really nice to see that side of her. Then just one of those little things, we have only Liz and Rosie together, and they start talking. So Rosie just straight up, she just brings it up, like the way she brought it up was like you can tell someone maybe told her to bring it up like that. But she's asked Liz what does she think about Ashley, and Liz says that Ashley barely even looked at her, and then they show a flashback of Ashley greeting Liz when they first met. And then yeah, she greets Liz, but then she just starts kind of talking to Joellen while Liz just is standing there. So like, I get it. And then Rosie says that Liz is really scary and maybe she doesn't realize how scary she could be. And you know what? I'm not really seeing this whole scary thing that everyone's talking about. I don't know. Maybe it's something you gotta like experience in person, but I'm just not seeing the scary of it all. I don't know. So in a confessional, Liz says that maybe she does come across as scary, but she knows that she's a good person and she'll give the shirt off her back to someone. So they get to this little cove after they cycle to it. It's gorgeous. It looks stunning. Okay, like the sun is setting. Oh, beautiful. And there's like this whole little grazing table set up and like, oh my god, I'm so jealous. So Rosie pulls Ashley aside like almost immediately and she tells her what her and Liz talked about. Ashley says in the confessional that sometimes people can mistake her shyness for bitchiness and it's something that she needs to work on. And like I totally understand because I'm that way too. I'm a very shy person, very introverted, and growing up, a lot of people thought I was mean because I just didn't talk. They thought I was stuck up and all that. It's like, no, I'm just very awkward. Like I'm very, very socially awkward and I don't, I don't really know how to carry a conversation like that. So I just rather stay quiet and yeah. Here I'm talking about being socially awkward and I'm over here talking on, recapping these things, but whatever. It's just me and y'all right now. um, so yeah, so that's what Ashley says that she used to work on it. And so they all go back to the group, and then Alicia asks the ladies, what can she do to help grow Pizza Mama? That's their pizza shop. And then she reveals that none of it is in her name, even though she invented and designed the place. Liz tells her she needs to demand it. And then Kelsey says, okay, let's role play right now. She pretends to be Bill, and her and Alicia talk like Alicia is demanding things from Bill. And it ends up getting pretty emotional because you can tell that these are real things weighing real heavy on Alicia. And she's saying like she has all these ideas for Pizza Mama and she gets nothing in return and she should be taken care of. She's the mother of his daughter and it's basically showing her that she's worth less and he needs to show her that she's worth something. So after all that, the whole little thing, Alicia just straight up asked Ashley and Rosie what were they talking about when they had walked off. And Ashley says, we were talking about how Rosie and I have been very intimidated by Liz. And Rosie says, well, yeah, we were just talking about how you could be scary. And I told you you were scary when we were on the rails. And Liz says, like, yeah, I have a tough exterior, but inside I'm very sensitive. And, maybe that's a defense mechanism. Um, or maybe she's just being tough. And in the confessional, Liz says that she doesn't allow people to get close to her, especially really fast. And she has lost a lot in her life. And she doesn't want to get close to people and lose them. Or she doesn't want to get close to people and be disappointed by them. And then she says that she tends to jump down people's throats and not on purpose. And then Rosie says, well, do you think that's what happened at your party? uh, and Liz says that no, she was drunk and she wasn't proud of that and it wasn't her finest moment. So then Rosie says, well, Alicia said that you're always like that. And then that's when things get a little bit muddy. Okay. So basically, Alicia did sort of say that, but it wasn't in the way that Rosie is trying to make it seem. Alicia was just like trying to explain how Liz is, but Rosie is trying to make it seem like Alicia was talking shit about her. And then Alicia gets mad. Alicia's telling Rosie that you keep flipping it around and like, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me because you don't know me like that. And if you do that to me, I would never look at you the same way again. And then she starts going off on Rosie saying that she's a troll, she's a snake, and that she has little sneaky, like she has little sneaky eyes, like little squinting sneaky eyes. And Rosie's like, that's because the smoke is in my eyes from the bonfire. Okay, and so then she's like, welcome to Rhode Island, bitch. This is how we roll. And then she calls her a thirsty whore and says, like, I'm done. And she walks off. So Liz is acting very unbothered by this, but you can tell it's the type of unbothered that that she's like, okay, I saw this, I'm clocking it, and I'm just gonna move on. But she she knows, like she's observing. She's not making a big deal about it, but she's like, Alicia probably did say something like that. Yeah. She took note, that was it. So in a confessional, Ashley says that Alicia's reaction is just proof that Alicia will defend Liz like no matter what. So Liz pulls Alicia aside and she's like, your reaction right now is exactly what happened to me at the party. Mine's was worse, but this is what happened to me and you're gonna regret it. And Alicia's like, no, I'm not gonna regret this. So they come back. And then Alicia and Rosie talk away from the group and they end up apologizing to each other and hugging it out. And then we move on. And that was it. That was the episode. And what an episode it was. We got a lot of tea. We got a little fight. We got to learn more about the women. And what a show. What a show. We're going to rate it. This is going to be another 8, you guys. This is going to be an 8. But judging by next week's episode, I saw the preview. Well, we all saw the preview. That might be a 10. That might be a 10 just from that little bit that we saw. But wow. Oh my God. This show. Thank you, Bravo. Thank you, Bravo. But you guys are seeing what I'm seeing with Rosie, right? Like, y'all are clocking it just like Liz is clocking what Alicia was saying. You guys see this, right? Yeah. I don't know. Again, an observation. I could be wrong. Also, I'm sorry that it took me so long to get this out. I usually do it like on a Monday or Tuesday, but I've been like unusually busy. Me, I usually have like an embarrassing amount of free time on my hand, but yeah, I've been busy. And then I don't think I'm gonna do my Housewives update this week because I only got one good update. It's with Teddy Mellencamp and Dorit at Kyle's daughter's wedding. So I might just briefly mention it in my next Beverly Hills episode. That being said, thank you so much for listening to me yap about this. If I don't see you in Beverly Hills, I'll see you back in Rhode Island. Bye.